The car drives very well. The car is, again, this was a long part of the discussion prior to even start drawing the project, as we tried to, first of all, priority number one is to make a fast race car, because we need to have the best GT3 on the market. But also we need to make a car which suits all kinds of drivings, gentlemen, professional, less professional, drivers who like understeer, drivers who like oversteer. So we're trying to create a big spectrum of characteristics in the car to kind of give a big window to operate the car. And the car is good. I have to say, so far we drove in different tracks, different weather conditions, different tires, and I might say 95% of the time the car was out from the box, straight good to drive. The new M4 GT3, it is fast, very good on the tires, and a very easy car to handle in high and slow speed. And this is gonna make this probably the best GT3 ever. The outcome of the steering wheel has a very good grip, because this is what I have in my hands. And the steering wheel people might not consider, but it is the part of the car where connects the driver to everything else. So how I feel, how I have my hands, how do I have all the buttons and commands, that's what makes the car even more important, makes the car even faster, because that's how I feel it. Now we can have the race car straight into sim, and this is pretty remarkable. The steering wheel fits perfect in our race car. You pull it out, you put on the sim, and you drive. And I think this is going to give a very unique experience for the sim racers, which nowadays they are professional racers, even closer to motorsport, to real racing, and vice versa. And for me, it would be also very important, a big help, to be able to take the steering wheel, which I'm going to be racing at home, and practice my M4 GT3 online with my steering wheel. I think this connection, it is priceless. A steering wheel, it is probably is the biggest gadget the driver can have in the car, and the most important gadget. And it can go either way. Sometimes you can have a very beautiful steering wheel, which is not practical. It is not easy to handle, to drive, because you have to think you're driving the car at 250, almost 200 kilometers an hour, and you have to operate the steering wheel. So you need a steering wheel which has to look good, has to be practical to the driver, but also has the right grip. And when he came up with there was the first, let's say, mock-up where it was kind of looking similar to the real one. And we're all excited to know what this company, Fanatec, who has never been in a race car before, would have present to us. And they present something from the beginning very good. And if you see what has been presented from what now it is on the race car, it is very, very similar. We have done thousands of kilometers with the steering wheel, taking out from the car, putting on the sim, back from the sim into the race car with zero problems. Now, the steering wheel at the end, what is important? It has the ergonomics of the steering wheel, so you have to have a steering wheel which fits well in your hands. Okay, the size of the steering wheel is also important. It is important how you have the paddles, in case the clutch and the upshift, but also where you have the buttons, because what happens, you're driving, the engineer might ask for a command where you have to perform without losing lap time. And I see this picking up. If you see the sim racing, the level of sim racing which is currently on the market is extremely high. If you watch a sim race live on YouTube or in any platform, it looks very real. And I see this getting more and more popular, first of all, because, as I said, it is cheap. Second of all, it puts everybody on the same level, and it's very clean.